from their point of view, a continuation. I'd like to say hello to everybody. Good day to you all, and whatever, and whatever, and whatever. I've got a series of phone screenshots on two devices to show you, and a little story to tell you as well about Amazon. And it may seem that I'm being like Victor Meldrew, but I'm not. And I explained to the woman on the phone as well that ordinarily little things like this wouldn't bother people. But with my life, the way it's being conducted, not by myself, gang stalked and the rest of it, little things become big things. And I have to press. When I find things, I have to press. And the more you press, the more comes out of it. Anyway, let me show you. So, was it an email? I think it was an email this morning. Right. So you can see at 7:27 delivery attempted, right? So let me see if I can just tap on that. Right. So unfortunately, every ran into an issue when attempting your delivery, they will try again, trap blah blah blah. And you can see that this hasn't come from no third-party seller. It's www.amazon.co.uk that have sent this, right? On behalf of a third-party seller. Third-party sellers use a third-party courier service. Anyway, so I thought to myself, well, shit, now that is early. So I ran downstairs like an idiot and opened my letterbox. Nothing in the letterbox, as is every's how would you put it, procedure. Every is the same as Royal Mail. When they make a delivery attempt, they shove a little card to the door saying we missed you. Most courier services do that, saying that we missed you, so that you're aware of it, you know what I mean? So I came upstairs, and after that, and I thought, well, they haven't tried to deliver, and who would try and deliver at 7:27? Do you know what I mean? In the morning, nobody delivers at 7:27 in the morning. Might be 8 o'clock, might be 8:30. Do you know what I mean? But not 7:27, man. So anyway, come back upstairs, and I started screenshotting my account and looking at it, right? And so I rang Ross Lynch actor .fan. Yeah, I'm not showing my face, I'm showing the door. If you don't like it, you can do as it says, find the door, go somewhere else. My voice is that irritating, you don't need to see my face. So anyway, I ring up Amazon now, right? And Amazon are telling me about how it was a mistake. Oh no, she goes, the advisor goes, yeah. They made a mistake. They put the wrong detail. I can see every made a mistake. They put the wrong details on the delivery. And it says that an attempt was made. So I didn't understand her at first, but what she meant was they put my details on a previous delivery attempt to somewhere else. And so what I'm supposed to get this morning, every thought they delivered it at some other point to somebody else. But they had made the delivery to somebody else. It just wasn't my order. My details got attached to that previous delivery to a different address by some miraculous sort of mistake. So I thought, oh, all right then. After a few attempts, I understood what she was saying. So then I goes back to my account. And I screenshot the account. Oh yeah, and before I rang up the girl, I actually took this information here, right, which shows tracking ID, right? I took the information and screenshotted it, and then went onto the Every website and tried to input the tracking information provided by Amazon. Nothing working. So I thought, And then I looked above where it said tracking ID, and I thought, delivery by Amazon. But how come Amazon are telling me the delivery is by Every? So I got confused at this stage. I rang them back, and I pointed out to them that I tried the tracking ID and the tracking ID wasn't working. So the next advisor now is telling me, right, that they don't understand it because the tracking ID, the tracking information, everything isn't by every. It's going to be delivered to me on Monday by Amazon, right? And I said to him, I said, hold on a minute, right? So I screenshotted. I went back onto the Amazon site and screenshotted it, and the information in between calls has changed. Look, that's the Amazon site, and now it's showing me a new tracking ID. So after the call, Amazon are backing up whatever he has said. So I phoned again, and I didn't phone again actually. The second advisor passed me on to a manager, and the manager's making me know now that the book stocks were there. There is nowhere else I can complain. But she's telling me that I shouldn't have gotten the message at 7:27 because, in fact, my item's not being delivered by Every. It's being delivered by Amazon Logistics. They don't know why it's on my account, blah, de, blah, blah, de, blah. And I said, all right, that's all fair and well. I can understand in this age of technology, people, information gets filtered onto one account, this, that, and the other, and mistakes can happen and that. You know what I mean? But what I don't understand is how come the information on the Amazon website changed after the phone call to back up my first assertion about the delivery, the email I got at 7:27. And then this woman just repeated everything again. I said, hold on a minute. She tried to make me know then that I'm talking over her and I won't allow her to speak. And I goes, hold on a minute. I says, you're the one that's talking over me. You're the one that's not allowing me to speak. You're the one that's marginalizing and telling me basically that I've got no rights. My rights stop with whatever decisions you make. And actually, the points that I'm pointing out about Amazon, you're not answering, right? And she goes, oh, well, I'm just trying to make you know that the message you got at 7:27 is the same message that I'm looking at here. And you shouldn't have gotten that message. I said, hold on a minute. I said, no, wrong. I said, the message at 7:27 was an email, right? I got another message from Amazon, and it's a good thing I screenshot everything in it, right? Hold on. 802. Delivery on hold. Additional information needed to complete your Amazon delivery. We're sorry for the inconvenience. That's 802. I got that message. That's a text message. It's not an email, right? So on 2 occasions, Amazon backed up this bogus bullshit at 7:27 from Every, or supposedly from Every. Every had nothing to do with it because it's not an official. It wasn't an official Every text. It came from the Amazon message center. Right, so Every's got nothing to do with this. I'm just trying to figure out. See, nothing's been achieved. She offered me compensation of £8. I said, no, I said, you can keep your compensation. I don't want no money from you. Don't want no money at all. I'm sick of, I said, it's just a continuation of the abuse. That's all it is. One liberty after another. People taking liberties with me, right? Mills Oleski, show face, please. Rosalind, actor. You think I'm going to show my face to somebody called Rosalind, actor? I don't think so. You know what I mean? You go act on your own, Rosalind, or go find another page. So, I mean, nothing was achieved. I'm not angry, you have to understand. I'm just animated and passionate when I talk. This is just the way I am. Do you know what I mean? When I get angry now, spits start flying out of my mouth and profanities roll off my tongue one after the other. That didn't happen. I told the woman that I wanted to resolve this, right, in a polite manner, in a polite way, trying to show her that I'm not vexed. But she tried to make out all kind of shit. Anyway, so at the end of it, I'm just wondering, because they keep doing this. They keep, and when I say they, I don't just mean Amazon, all of them. British Gas, the council, it'll be the police, it'll be the neighbours, right? It'll be Northern Power, it'll be NHS. Do you know what I mean? And I mean literally every motherfucker. It's almost as if everybody is a node for some massive entity. And no matter how many people I come in contact with, it's almost as if that entity is just hopping from one person to another, or everybody is hive mind and is connected to the same central source. You ever watch that movie with Denzel Washington where the demons just jumping from person to person? That's what I feel like I'm dealing with. I swear down, that's what it feels like I'm dealing with. It's the same attitude. Don't matter whether it's black, white, Indian, Pakistani, male, female, young, old. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's the same attitude that I'm dealing with. Do you know what I mean? Whether it be a flipping nurse, copper, council worker, electrical engineer, inspector. It doesn't matter what the person's occupation is. I feel like I'm dealing with the same entity, with the same agenda, and I have to just scratch my head and ask why. You know what I mean? Has it got something to do with this eclipse that's happening today? Is it loose? Is it loose energy? Are they trying to instill in me negativity for the coming day? I mean, what is going on? What is actually going on? Do you understand what I'm saying with these people? Because it's them. I'm here making a cuddy, me, and they're the ones that are interjecting in my life at 7:27 in the morning. What is actually going on? And the other issue that I've been looking at is this American thing where Trump has lifted the ban on firms segregating, and that basically is used the backdoor soft approach to bringing back segregation in America. Any firm that wants to, because it used to be illegal for firms to say, oh, we're segregating, our policy is to segregate either walk-in clientele or online client, or for whatever reasons they want, they can segregate, which is Jim Crow, if anybody know anything about segregation, or apartheid, South Africa, rules, regulations, he's trying to bring back to America. And the way I look at it is this: America's been used as a dam, D-A-M, a dam. It's being used to, they've gone about like a raging bull, right? Creating so much havoc and enemies throughout the world, right? And then they've used the military, well, obviously they've used the military, and all this negativity is built up behind the damn wall. And now with this isolation policy that Trump has unleashed, and the tariffs, and the segregation lifting, I think it's just they're wanting to bring the world to a crescendo of chaos so that they can introduce to the populace their God. That is what I believe. If you want to know what I'm on about, there's a guy, Khalad Amunra, on YouTube. Go check him out. Go check out his website, because he refers back to a broadcast on the BBC from 1977. 1977 live BBC broadcast was interrupted by an alien broadcast of its own, saying that, addressing the people of the earth, saying that your enslavement had been orchestrated, deliberate, by a race of people you see on the earth that are not, that you think are indigenous to your earth, but are not. And that's as far as I'm going to take it. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. I agree with some of it. I don't agree with all of it, because a lot of it makes a whole heap of sense when you start looking at it from a biological standpoint. And I'm on about world history. Yeah, the attempts that are being made to whitewash history, subjugate black people, blah, 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 etc. It all sort of falls together, makes a whole heap of sense. And I think the blacks in America are right at the moment not to, well, not at the moment, the right full stop, not to march, because there's supposed to be some big march taking place the 5th of next month, because of these mass deportations, this, that, and the other. I had a chance, me, when I were about, what, must have been 12, 13 years old, to go and live in America with my uncle. And as soon as the mention of America came up, I was given the choice, me, do you want to go? And I said, no, no, thank you. Something inside me just said no, and was fearful of going to America. No way, man. Anyway, I've got stuff to do. I've got my washing machine on pause, and I've got my cooker going, and my door's now open because I thought there was some nonsense coming through, but they're in. All right, people, so catch up with you later. And the other reason why I'm putting what I put out on the internet is there's a series of things that keep occurring, constantly occurring. I'm going to show you one. I'm going to leave this device where it is and go and get a letter. Now, I don't know if this letter falls into the category of what you would call an oxymoron, right? But this is as close as I can give you to a visual oxymoron. Yeah? Let's look at that letter properly. Look at how that's been put up there. Yeah? It's not even a proper Kirklees letterhead. That's just been cut out and photocopied onto a piece of paper, and then this piece of paper it's been typed up. So it's not an official correspondence from the council. But when I rang the council confirmed knowledge of the letter. Now, let me ask you a question, right? You go out, right, and you start your driving lessons, right? You book an instructor, right? So your instructor part of it is the physical part of it, right? Learning, steering wheel, gears, testing you on reverse parking, parallel parking, roundabouts, this, that, and the other, all the physical attributes that you need, which is one dimension of your acquiring your driving license. Then the other aspect of it is the mental, where you have to sit down and do a series of tests, don't you? Written tests and so on and so on. And the both halves make one, because at the end of it, when you pass, you get your license, right? So this letter to me, right, is the same thing, right? A Corgi registered plumber has to go to a Corgi centre, right, to get his certification. And I believe they're like £1,200. I don't know how often, whether it's once a year, twice a year, once a year, or once every 2 years, or once every 3 years, right, that they have to go. But unless the prices and times have changed, it's roughly around one of those three: once a year, once every 2 years, or once every 3 years, and it's about £1,200. So this is tantamount to the thing with the driving. You don't go and get your driving license, park up outside your yard to find someone stood there saying, oh, we just come to see whether or not you've learned everything and that you can drive and everything, from the DVLA. They don't do that. Once you passed, you passed. That's it. You know what I mean? And unless you do something where your license is taken off you, your license, you've got that until you're an old person. And then when you become old, certain age, I've seen it where you become geriatric, they take the licenses off people. But that's not the same with Corgi, right? Because technology gets updated every single year. Corgi registered plumbers have to keep up abreast with it. And different technologies, welding machines, this, that, blah, blah, materials, whatever aspect of being a Corgi registered plumber, right? They have to go whatever their annual is, and they have to pay. They have to pay a fee to the Corgi. And yeah, I got this letter, right, saying that they want to come to my yard, right, gas safety quality control inspector planned. I rang them up, me. I rang up the council first and explained to them what I just explained to you, and I said, it's not oxymoron. How can you go to a centre and get Corky registered and then say that the centre that qualified the Corky registered plumber that comes here and does my annual gas check wants to come here and check his gas work? I said, no, that should have been done at the centre at the point where you gave him the Corky registered. If you have to come and check his work here, that means his work's no good. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Do you know what I mean? I rang up the council and they goes, oh, well, you can ring up and like, so I went into my settings on my phone and hid my number and rang them up and then gave them my address and everything and said, you're not coming here. And he sounded shocked that I would say, you're not coming here. You know what I mean? But this is just an example to show you why I would upload stuff to the internet, right? Why I'm showing people stuff. Because there's things that's happening with me that are being spearheaded by the council, the police, the NHS, right, that are not exactly legit, that they're doing to me. And they're getting the neighbours. The neighbours, I don't care if you shouldn't be mentioning it, why not? This is what's happening. Number 4, number 6, and number 8, because they're the close, heavily involved in what's going on. And then it's the whole neighbourhood. It's the whole of Dewsbury, not just the whole neighbourhood, the whole of Dewsbury. Right? 99.9% of all these people, I haven't done anything to. They don't know me. They don't even know or care whether what's being said is right or wrong or whatever. They're just looking to get rewarded for their actions toward me, which is basically to get me arrested. So once I'm in a position of being arrested, they can knock me off, fill me up with liquid cosh and psychotropics and end up with a heart attack. That's what they're looking. And it's not just the local populace around here either, it's my family as well. The family are involved in this, right? And they have been involved for a long time, and I haven't realised this, but they have. The murder attempts that took place at 19 Elena Street, they want me to be quiet about it. And they keep ringing me up periodically to find out what I know about what happened to me. But yeah, if you're listening, Carol, I know that what you said about Mella and Lovine can't be true. How could they have tried to drown me in a bath when they came over here, when at that point in my life I was old enough to remember everything? Mella and Lovine never tried to drown me in no bath. And yeah, I'm making reference to the bath because I've got I have a fear. I've always had it, of water. The only person that's tried to offer any explanation with regards to my fear of water is Carol. And she tried to put the blame on Mella and Lovine, saying it was Mella and Lovine who used to tie me up, beat me up, and put me in a bath. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. The only sense that makes, right, is you're the culprit, Carol. You're the one that tried to murder me when I was a child, right? And on more than one occasion as well. And now you sat back watching everybody else, the council, the police, the local neighbourhood, everybody trying to murder me. And you're laughing your head off. But, you carry on laughing your head off because your life's wonderful, innit? See you later. Okay, man.